Senator Shehu Sani in fresh trouble. Back then in 2015, a handful of voices traversed the nooks and crannies of country, preaching the gospel of change with acclaimed Apostle Muhammadu Buhari as the leader and face of the revival movement. Among the brethren were Brother Shehu Sani, Brother Nasir El Rafia, Sister Loretta Onoche, Brother Tinubu, Brother Pastor Yemi Osibajo, to mention but few. Little as acclaimed Apostle Buhari assumed office in 2015, that is true unchanged character begins to come out one by one, and Nigerians who never supported acclaimed Apostle began telling the believers of Change Mission nationwide that they told them before that and acclaimed Apostle has nothing to offer aside to reverse the country back to the days of hardship as it then was in 1983 to 1985. The only difference now being that then it was a regime, but now it is a democratically elected time, more defined as an administration, the former being a military arrangement, and this one is a democratic arrangement. Members and faithfuls of the Change Mission worldwide kept on defending acclaimed Pastor Buhari until most especially in 2018, when Brother Shehu Sani, later on a Senate eventually, got tired and decided to change place of worship, though not to the other side, but just some unpopular place of worship like that. That indeed was the beginning of its trials, as in how acts the mighty falling. He lost his bid to return to the National Assembly at the end of the 2019 general elections. At the failure of his desire to return back to the National Assembly, Brother El Rafia, now the governor of Brother Shehu Sani Kaduna State, mocked, saying that he has retired Brother Shehu Sani to begin now a mere blogger. The fact is not far-fetched, judging from the good sense of word and arrow following the babbling engagement. Brother Shehu Sani do command on Twitter with his good sense of wordplay, while not as well shying away from breaking news, especially as it is said that is concerned the state of the nation, Nigeria. That is where we all were until recently, when we all woke up to hear that Brother Shehu Sani will be passing his next set of nights in nowhere else but the Office of Economic and Financial Crime Commission, EFCC. They say it is one Alhaji Dauda like that. He requested more money to give to assume revenge. Ibrahim Magu, the head of acclaimed Apostle Muhammadu Buhari's number one bragging rights per effort, which is largely the anti-corruption war. I believe that Brother Shehu Sani, less than 3 years of switching from being as a friend to being as a critic. Brother Shehu Sani, less than 3 years of switching from being as a friend to being as a critic of acclaimed Apostle Buhari. He will be in trouble, not for criticizing His Holiness, acclaimed Apostle Buhari, but for an act of corruption. Makes one wonder. Is Brother Shehu Sani being persecuted by his political enemies who cannot stand criticism, especially from youth, to be friend, or has he been corrupt all along, even if just in his mind? And it is just recently that we all got to find out. Before we clap hands for claimed Apostle Buhari anti-corruption fight that has caught up with Brother Shehu Sani, let us wait for the court aspect to start first, even as there are numerous rumors that Brother Shehu Sani has pointed figures at Brother Tanko, Chief Justice of Federation, in the course of confession, a confession whose end Brother Tanko has come out to distance himself away from almost immediately everything. In fact, the words of Brother Tanko, I don't know, Senator Shehu Sani, it has become evidence thus far that Adli is one of a supporter of President Muhammadu Buhari and then turns to a critic that he or she will not be dealt with anyway. So let the Nigerians today should suddenly involve Shehu Sani in an act of requesting for money, even for a corrupt purpose, and has quickly been nabbed by EFCC and detained for 4 days, even as an immediate past senator who, after his exit from the Senate before his arrest, remained very vocal, make the same Nigerians to wonder aloud if it is what EFCC wants us to believe or if it is just a move to silence him. We anyways hope that soon enough the EFCC charges him to court and decide Senator Shehu Sani's fate in spite of the media trials already ongoing. He remains innocent. That is settled by the laws of Nigerian politics and sentiments aside. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. What is your take on this news? And what is your comments concerning this news that you just heard? If you have any comment or any opinion, please kindly drop a comment below the comment box, as well as clicking on the subscription button to receive updates. Thank you and have a wonderful day.